We're joined by Mayor Mike Elliott from the City of Brooklyn Center to bring you an update. Welcome, Mayor. How are you today?
Pretty good. How are you, Dave?
I am very good. Let's talk about a few items happening in the city. The first is a city council update. Tell us about meetings going ahead and also a few things that happened during the month of April.
Well, certainly. I want to just real quick say to everyone who is doing all they can to follow the stay-at-home order during this pandemic, thank you very much. We know that the times are hard, but we as a city, we're here to help and to support our citizens and our business owners. So in April, real quick, once the declaration of emergency was issued, we postponed our 2 scheduled April council meetings to allow the public time to be able to have access to eventually when we move to online meetings. But we still had some special meetings in April. One, the local board of equalization meeting, and then also the 2 special meetings we held to address the proclamation I issued suspending 2 construction projects in 2 neighborhoods in Brooklyn Center.
Very good. Let's touch on the emergency declaration from the city standpoint. Tell us, is that still in effect, and what steps have to take place to have that not be in effect?
Yes, the emergency declaration is in effect until the governor removes the statewide emergency declaration.
Okay.
And I'll say that as part of that declaration, it allows the mayor to issue proclamations to address issues that have not been addressed. One of those issues was we had a resident come forward and express concern about those 2 construction projects. Her 2 children suffer from respiratory illnesses, and they live in an area of the city that has some of the highest rates of asthma in all of the metro area right here in Brooklyn Center. Because they were concerned about the dust that would be generated from the construction, I issued an order that paused or suspended those 2 projects until we could come to an agreement that would help mitigate some of the risks associated with those projects for that family and for other families in that neighborhood. It's important to note there's a Minnesota Department of Minnesota Pollution Control Agency map that shows Brooklyn Center, that area is having the highest levels of respiratory asthma, particular kind of respiratory illness, emergency room visits, and hospital visits. And so the council met on April 6th and formally backed that action of suspending the order. And then subsequently, once an agreement was reached, the council voted to lift the proclamation. The agreement ensures that anyone living in the Grandview neighborhood or interstate neighborhood areas where these projects are is eligible for an air filter, HEPA air filter, or a standing unit if they don't have AC available to them. And then it also allows for them to be moved for up to 8 months while the project is being completed. It moves a portion of the project to take place next year. So anyone who has respiratory illness or the concerns that dust might impact from the construction, please contact the city. You may contact me as well, and we will get some assistance out to you to help reduce the. We don't want anyone going to the hospital because of a respiratory illness that's been triggered. If we can avoid it for obvious reasons during this time.
And a great place for contacting the city is through the city's website, cityofbrooklyn.org. So a place to find out more information about that and other things happening in the city, including this, Mayor. Let's talk about how the city is helping those that are helping residents in the community with emergency essentials. Tell us how that great partnership is happening.
Wonderful. We're working with 3 great organizations, SEEP, It's been a cornerstone of Brooklyn Center and Brooklyn Park for many, many years, and I'm happy to have served on the board of CEAP. But we are partnering with CEAP CAPI, which is the Center for Asian and Pacific Islanders, and then also the West African Family Community Services Organization, which is based in the Brooklyn United Methodist Church, which is also another cornerstone of Brooklyn Center. And we have provided $10,000 in food support and deliveries efforts to each of these organizations to support Brooklyn Center families during this pandemic. So if you're needing food or any other type of social service assistance, these organizations are open to everybody, and they serve the entire community.
Wonderful. And let's move ahead to business assistance as well. So for businesses in the city of Brooklyn Center, you wanted to pass along a few words as well.
Part of our community, we want to make sure our businesses stay alive and that they thrive. There's funding available. Reach out to the city, check out our website. But there's funding available through the Small Business Administration and from the state through DEED. I encourage everyone to look out and try to find funding, try to get access. If you do have issues getting access to some of this funding that's being made available, I want you to contact the city and we can try to work with you as you work to get access. We're also, as a city, really thinking about our micro entrepreneurs. And so we're going to be working on ways that we as a city can support our micro entrepreneurs. The governor has said that 70% of the future growth of this state is going to come from communities like ours, from small businesses like ours. So we want to make sure that our businesses are surviving and that they're continuing to thrive during this time. So please reach out to us.
That information again on the city's website, cityofbrooklyncenter.org. Also a chance there to sign up for the Notify Me program, which gives you an e-subscribe way to get information from the city. Mayor, thank you again for your time today. Take care, and we hope to talk to you again soon.
All right. Thank you, Dave, and everybody stay safe.
Learn more about The Connection at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media.